Oh, welcome back, everybody. I'm glad you guys are joining me over here on Uniquely Us. Thank you for tuning in. This is Frank's Take. This is where I take a moment and share a story that I care about, that I think you guys might care about as well. And we dive into it. This story coming to us from the Gateway Pundit. It's about time that Republicans continue to put the pressure on people like Nancy Pelosi and others for their responsible actions on January 6th and how they have allowed, basically laid out a trap in order to, of course, frame the president and continue to frame his supporters in an effort to overthrow the presidency and to overthrow any type of legitimate action on the counting of the electoral college on January 6th. And this was a well thought out plan by Democrats and the intel agencies and some members even within the military, along with people even in President Trump's cabinet. There was a plot to take him out from the very onset of him winning the election in 2016, all the way to the time that he left office. They were working to ensure that A, he would be removed, and B, he would never be able to run for office again. And this is why we see the special counsel that is currently that was activated by Merrick Garland in order to go after President Trump once again in order to prevent him from running for re-election. Anyway, so we got a lot to unpack here. Nancy Pelosi obviously is starting to feel the heat by members of Congress in the Republican Party, and she should have to feel some heat. She should be worried about possibly not being able to retire at her $25 million mansion she has in Florida, right? So before we dive in any further, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. Allow me to share some info with you. Hopefully, you can share it with your friends and family. Smash that like button to 300 likes. And if you like the content, you like the video, you like the channel, and want to support the channel, smash that super thanks as well. So let's go ahead and take a look what we have here. Coming to us from the Gateway Pundit, as I mentioned earlier, it says House Republicans warn Pelosi they will fly her back to testify before Congress on her role in the failed security on January 6th. That's right, Nancy Pelosi. Back in December of 2022, the Gateway Pundit reported that the House Republicans had collected emails and text messages implicating Pelosi in her failed January 6th Capitol security operation. Recall, it was President Donald Trump who recommended 10,000 National Guard troops at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Pelosi turned him down. It was never Trump's fault. It was always Pelosi's fault. She was too lining up the film crews who were going to come in to film her that day. She had that set up beforehand as if she knew something big was going to be taking place. The news reported that House Republicans gathered a trove of text and email messages showing that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office was directly involved in the creation and editing of the Capitol security plan that failed during the January 6, 2021 riot. And that security officials later declared they had been denied again and again the resources needed to protect one of the nation's most important homes of democracy. The internal communications were made public Wednesday in a report compiled by Republican reps Rodney Davis, Jim Banks, Troy Niels, Jim Jordan, Kelly Armstrong that encompasses the results of months of investigations that they did of the evidence that had been ignored by Democrat-led January 6th committee. The lawmakers who authorized the House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy to do their own probe. The report concludes that the Capitol was left vulnerable on January 6th as a result of failures by the Democrat leadership in the House and law enforcement leaders in the Capitol Police, who allowed concerns about the optics of having armed officers and National Guardsmen visible in the public to override the need for enhanced security. Leadership and the law enforcement failures within the U.S. Capitol left the complex vulnerable on January 6, 2021. The Democrat-led investigation in the House of Representatives, however, has disregarded those institutional failings that exposed the Capitol to violence that day. It concluded Nancy Pelosi may finally be held to the accountable for the catastrophic Capitol security failures of January 6th. So we're going to see her dragged in front of Congress to answer these questions, answer what her role was in the January 6th riot that took place there and how she was involved and how she allowed it happen by scaling back security, making sure she had her own film crew there to ensure that they got good video of everything they needed in order to pursue the president. Again, all of it was an inside job. Anyway, Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Of course, you guys can follow me on all my social media, including Odysee, Gab, and Twitter, all linked in the description down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and of course, I'll see you guys a little later. Have a great day.